How would you explain naturalism to a 10-year-old child?
Well, I do have kids, and they are not always interested in the sorts of things I think about, and that's probably a good thing. But I am interested in how to relate different ways of thinking, and I think there's a lot of ways of thinking about, say, science and religion as if they're in a kind of conflict. And one of the ways of people have thought about this conflict is that you've got a choice between, let's say, a Christian or religious way of thinking about the world, or a scientific, or might say naturalistic way of thinking about the world. And I'm trying to stop people thinking in terms of that kind of conflict. So if you ask people what they mean by natural, what's natural? If you ask, say, Darwin, Charles Darwin in his big book on natural selection, what do you mean by natural selection? Darwin would say, well, by natural, I mean the laws God laid down to govern the universe. But nowadays, when people think about natural selection, they think it's somehow a competing explanation to divine activity, or somehow as if it's got nothing to do with God. So how did we start thinking about that? How did we start getting the idea that there was a big conflict? I'm interested in how we got into this mess, and trying to defuse the kind of fights people get into over, I would say, misunderstandings.